Let's get ready to rumble! Hey, so grab a beer then, dude. Oh, dude. Come on, you can't work without fuel. My man. There we go. Alright, so.
Hey, so, can you place an order?
Shut the f up! Tell him!
Hey, place your order so we can get
Pepperoni, cheese, I don't give a shit.
one topping pizza.
Pepperoni.
Pick your topping.
Pepperoni. Go for it. Boom, done. Alright. So, today. See what I have to do. See what I have to do.
Tim, what do you want?
Just pepperoni. Just go for it.
Go for it or hand toss or crispy thin crust?
Hand tossed only.
You're a tosser type of guy?
Dude, I need their hands all over that. I'm picking up a BMW.
Which one?
Oh, yes. We are picking up a E92 335i in God's only color, Alpine white, of course. That every true BMW enthusiast knows. But yeah, leaving the shop. We're going down to Tustin, which isn't too far from us. We're gonna pick it up and basically load it on the trailer and get it home. I've never seen the car. I have no idea what to expect. Don't even know what we paid for it, but hey, it's a car, so it's gonna be a drift car. So we're gonna tear it apart, do some angle kit, probably a LSD, try to build a cage for it, and basically just take it out to drift events and just enjoy it, driving around, kind of use it as a car that everyone else can kind of learn to drift on, or have fun driving, just because at the end of the day it's just meant to be kind of like a fun overall shop drift car, so should be fun.
Hell yeah.
Picked up the car right now. Test drove it a little bit, just real quick. Drives pretty damn great. Car's in really good shape. Obviously needs some work, but overall, very minor. For kind of how much we got it for, again, still don't know. It's got to be a pretty good deal, so we'll see. It's a beige interior, automatic, so most of that interior is probably coming out anyway, and then probably plan to manual swap it. But I mean, that auto seems to shift pretty damn nice, so we'll see if maybe we have to keep it for a little bit, but it should be good.
Go, let go, let go. Don't let go. Grab and roll. Grab and roll.
That teaches you a lesson.
It seemed like a good idea at first.
Alright, so we got the TiAL blow-off valve all ready to go, assembled and installed on the aluminum charge pipe. And we're going to go ahead and kind of go for the final installation right now. So we do have some aftermarket hardware that's included with the setup. The aftermarket silicone coupler, the aftermarket T-bolt clamp. We do have caps for the factory diverter valve setup. I'll go ahead and start with those and install those. And now we're going to go ahead and take the aftermarket T-bolt clamp, slide it on to the charge pipe, and we're going to go ahead and put that charge pipe silicone intake coupler on there and juggle this charge pipe. So we relatively have everything in place right now, but we'll go ahead and show you the finished product once we get everything in and wrestled in the correct way. We've replaced a ton of parts on this car. Obviously it's an N54, so it does have seemingly a lot of reliability issues. So we've put in a new alternator. We upgraded the charge pipe with the TiAL blow-off valve.
We refreshed the oil filter housing gasket, the oil cooler gasket, along with the oil cooler line O-rings. We put in a new valve cover gasket. We put new spark plugs in here. Put new coil packs in here. We got a new expansion tank. New vacuum lines pretty much throughout the engine bay. We put in new belt components, new radiator, new coolant hoses. That about wraps it up for, you know, a good amount of the parts that we've refreshed on this car. This car did come automatic, unfortunately. We've pulled the transmission and we are pretty much doing a manual swap to this 335 N54. And as you guys can see, this whole thing is stripped out. So we pulled pretty much the transmission, obviously the drive shaft, the shifter, the wiring. We've obviously also pulled the differential as well. Tim's actually already working some magic on the differential, which you guys will kind of catch up to in a minute and see what kind of magic he's working back over there in the fabrication area.
You get her nice and clean, Tim.
Yeah, that's about it as far as what we pulled out, and you guys will see once all the parts go back in there and the car actually becomes one piece and drivable again.
Alright, so today we have the diff out of my 335 E92. Basically it came out of the car as just a stock open differential as you see in most cars. We were thinking about going in LSD. This car is going to be used just for drift and we didn't really want to spend the money on LSD at the moment. We decided to actually just weld the diff up. That way basically when power is coming in from one side, it's evenly distributed to kind of both sides here. So if you spin kind of the front gear, they'll both spin together. On the open diff, if you hold one of these and spin this gear in the front, one will not spin while you hold one. So what we do is basically get the gears in here, we weld all the corners of them shut, and then on the other side we already have a plate in there, and essentially after we weld these corners together, you put a plate in there and you weld the plate to all the gears as well. So this is basically what one completed side is. This side is mostly complete. We just got to throw the plate in there and then weld the plate to all the gears here. And then after that, differential will basically be completely welded up. There'll be a plate in there bracing kind of everything. So it should hold the amount of power that we're kind of trying to push the car right now. We're basically going to run this guy until it blows up or until we see a better reason to swap it out. But at this point, we're basically just going to finish welding it up, get it in the car, and then kind of test it out and see how it goes.
Sweet.
What's the best part about it, Tim? No more one tire fire?
Yeah. So if you have one tire fire syndrome and you need it fixed, this is going to be the #1 cheap, easy, straightforward way to fix that. Can't promise any reliability on that end, but you know, it's just part of the life.
Ready?
We're basically cutting out a plate that goes right down in the middle of all these gears, and basically it'll weld to these gears, weld to the bottom, weld to the side, and weld to the top. The end product should look something like that. Not the cleanest, prettiest thing in the world, but at the end of the day we just need it to hold a couple hundred horsepower, which should be no problem. We're gonna make this one a little bit tighter of a fit so that, you know, we can get it nice and in between all the gears and get a proper like kind of area or surface to weld on. Because if it's a little too big, you're not going to weld kind of down in the corners like you'd want to. We're going to cut this up probably once or twice more just to get the exact sizing that we want to do. Probably a little bit thinner and then a little bit shorter. So let me put my guaranteed safety glasses on. Walk over to the bandsaw. So we use the vertical bandsaw. We cut off one little sliver here. We're basically going to cut off just a little bit more, probably on the other side, just to get a nice clean edge. I'm going to cut one side off, and then I'm basically just going to cut a little bit off the length as well. So that's about where I'm gonna call that good. Now we'll give it a spin, make sure it doesn't bind up at all. Seems like it moves fairly smoothly, very little effort into that. Spins just fine, so nothing got locked up, no weld went where it wasn't supposed to. The bearings still feel pretty good. So I think we're pretty much set to call this one welded.
There you go, that's nice and comfortable. He looks like a giant, dude. Eric can pull off being like a 40-year-old right now. Like,
How's your back?
overgrown. You look at overgrown. Yeah, you look super old.
This is walking at the party.
Here, hold my hand, partner. The handicap wheelchair, please.
I didn't take my vitamin this morning.
Oh, man. Hey, let me just straighten that up.
Here, Grandma, let me help you out.
Give you a nice little sucker punch. As you guys can see, we went with the spec clutch kit, and we went with the M Factory flywheel right here. And this setup will be pretty dang reliable and really be able to take all the power the car is making right now. So still have to drop the donor manual transmission in, along with, hey, getting everything from, you know, hydro to shifter to the pedals to you name it, drive shaft all set up. So we're making a little bit of progress, and as you guys can see, Tim's obviously already started working on the differential and started tearing it down, doing, you know, his magic. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of the things that we've kind of torn down on the car, where it sits right now, and you guys will obviously join us kind of through the rest of the adventures and journey and changes that, you know, the car has, and it will be going through.